Joe, Cecil, and Dan Gosworth are here to discuss our 2017 road paving project.
I'm going to defer to Joe on this since he and Bill put this report together. I've reviewed it, and let Joe go from there.
Make sure you hold the microphone. So.
Sure, I'll hold the microphone. Thank you. Bill and I have been working since last fall to put together a road program for the township, and we've divided it into 4 parts, like we've done in the past: a PennDOT liquid fuels project, a general fund project, a single seal coat project, and also a single seal coat with fiber reinforced, which we had real good success with last year. So the contract A, which would be our PennDOT liquid fuels project, we'd like to do Klinger Road.
Joe, you have that paperwork to put up here? So everybody can see? I'm sorry, Bruce, I should have tipped you off.
Put the summary page down there, Joe, that shows all the roads.
Did you get a copy of this in an email that I sent last week? I've actually copies if you want one.
Can you zoom in too, Bruce? Without cutting it off.
Can you all read it?
No.
Do one page at a time, Bruce, and zoom in on it. We'll go together.
You read it now?
Nope.
Surely you can read that.
Nope.
Only see part of it.
Some of the BS in it.
Hey, Tom, you come back here.
I can't, Tom. I got him. I can't see it.
Can the majority of you read that?
Is that better?
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Don.
Okay. So for contract A, we'd like to do Klinger Road from Corporate Drive to Reserve Drive. This is a road that's been on our list probably for the last 3 or 4 years. It's in,
But it's not on here.
it's on look at the sun.
Oh, she's
Look at the summary sheet.
Oh, okay.
Okay. On page, bottom of page 3. Okay. The next one's Corporate Drive from South Point Boulevard to the limit above Klinger Road. Next is Blue Jay Drive from Henderson Road to Henderson Road. Boyle Drive from Morganza Road to Henderson Road. Highland Drive from Route 980 to Profield Road. So our total there is $381,637.50. That will be our contract A liquid fuels project that we put out to bid. Then the next would be contract B. Contract B would be our general fund project. We have Beach Street from Muse Bishop Road to Muse Bishop Road. That's over in Muse. Short Street from Sycamore Street to Beach Street. Springcrest Drive from 12 Springcrest to the terminus. A little bit of maintenance work on Hahn Road, installation of some guide rail over 2 pipe culverts. Cotton Road, replace a damaged guide rail connected to a bridge repair. That total comes to $204,076.25. Those are our paving jobs. Our maintenance work would be contract C. This would be a single seal coat on Grange Road from Profield Road to Millers Run Road, using the polymer modified seal coat that we've used the last couple of years. We've had real good success with that. We don't get the loss of the stone. And one thing included in that cost that we want to do is we're going to add what's called a fog seal.
You're going to do what?
We're going to add a fog seal on top of the seal coat. Generally, when you have seal coat, it's done, you have a limestone appearance. It's white. What we're going to do is we're going to spray it with some emulsion that'll make it black, and it'll lock the stone in tighter. so we don't have, they call it wet, the loss of the stone. We'll do that, and then contract D, we'd like to do Fairway Landings Drive from South Point Boulevard to the terminus with a firework reinforced seal coat. Again, we're gonna put the fog seal on that road also to lock it down and make it look like a black paved road. Last year, next to Public Works, the road there, Youngblood did a test strip of the fog seal on some seal coat, so you're welcome to go down there and look at it. Even though we haven't had a real bad winter, it's looking really nice, and it's withheld. I'm really pleased with it. So our total proposed project is $678,788.75. So we've stayed under the budget that was given to us, and I'd like to ask if you're in agreement with this, we proceed with advertising to take bids.
Joe, I have a question.
Sure.
These 4 contracts, these are going to be bid?
Yes, they would be bid.
This is not anything that Public Works is doing, is that correct?
No, this is beyond the scope of work of Public Works. Public Works does a great job of what they have.
Didn't you just pay that?
It's got some cracks in it, Ron.
Yeah.
We figure by seal coating it, it's gonna add years, rejuvenate the surface and take care of it now before it becomes a major problem in a couple of years.
Right.
When was it?
Pretty long road,
When was that drainage road done?
huh? Shields did that probably about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yes.
2012, I believe that was done.
Okay.
2013?
Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years, yeah, it's been that long. Yeah, it's hard to believe how time flies.
No, I'm saying, wow, that we're gonna spend $70,000 after just paving it 4 years ago.
Right.
Well, that was an old rural road, which we put an asphalt base in, and the edges filled in pretty deep, maybe 8, 9, 10 inches of binder, and you're probably getting a little bit of, where it's squishing out on the sides, you're getting some cracking, and now's the time to take care of it, like you said before, it's a major problem in 2, 3 years.
Yeah, Frank's right. What we did out there was, actually, when we paved it 4 or 5 years ago, we got profile on the road. And prior to that, Public Works had done a lot of base repairs on the road to make it stable. So, I mean, it's a good investment.
We've, in-house, we've crack sealed that road extensively for the past 2 years. At the end of every winter, we go up there, take a look at what we've got, and we've been using Craft Sealer on that road. We're at the point right now where we think we've got just about everything. There's some smaller cracks in there that will be filled in when you put the polymer modified emulsion down. Those cracks will fill in, and we'll put a new wearing surface on top of that with the chip seal. And then we'll lock that down with what's termed a fog seal. And that fog seal is nothing more than an emulsion that has 38 to 42% asphalt cement in it. We had the opportunity last year to put it down on Glass Hill Road at no cost to the township, and we're really pleased with what it does to a chip seal or seal coat road. It more or less waterproofs that aggregate surface from moisture and keeps the individual aggregate fraction from popping off due to freeze thaw. So.
Didn't Shields have a maintenance on for 18 months or anything?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 4 or 5 years now. It's 4 years.
Yeah, but you said you were cracked. You've been.
Crack seal for 2 years now.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah, we always crack seal.
That's standard, that's customary, you'll get reflective cracking, it's 2 years.
Well, I mean, it's past the maintenance. But keep in mind, when we paved it, there were some cracks underneath it. You did get some reflective cracking still. It's not like we were paving over a brand new road or a newly constructed road.
How long, and if we spend $70,000, how much longer is this gonna extend the life of the road?
No, you'll extend it out another 4 or 5 years. At that point, you might take a look at putting another application of seal coat down. It's a very inexpensive way of extending the life of your paving.
I don't call that inexpensive.
It's a pretty long road, don't forget.
You're going
a mile long.
Yeah.
Which is a mile long?
I would say Grange Road is about a mile long.
It's 2 miles, well, over 2 miles on that hill, it's, yeah,
Yeah.
2 miles total.
It's a long piece of road.
Yeah.
I mean, my concern though is we don't have $70,000 to spend seal coating every road in the township every 4 or 5 years.
Well, it's a good maintenance practice to do that.
Then they'll fall apart.
It's an investment. all we're doing is trying to protect the investment we have out there. So, and really, that's the way you have to look at seal coat operations. It's an investment in what you've already invested your capital money in. So,
Is there an increase in this cost due to the seal coat that you're gonna put over, that you were talking about, that you said you
It's,
yeah.
with the fog seals, I mean, there's a nominal cost of like 23 cents a square yard. It's not a lot of money.
No, that's not.
the other contracting fairway landings, that road is similar to the condition of the road that we did last year, 2 roads that we did last year, Corporate Drive, Hill Point Drive up in South Point. The substrate was in good shape. We had a lot of cracking due to oxidation. We went out there with the craft coat, with our in-house crew. We crack sealed the larger cracks that would have required much more liquid be taken into the reservoir. The smaller cracks we were able to leave alone. They sprayed it, put the fiber, the 6-inch fiberglass down, and they put another coat of emulsion on top of that, and then the chips on top of that. I don't know if anybody's had a chance to look at Corporate Drive or Hill Point Drive. We're very pleased with what it looks like after being down for 9 months now. So,
Joe, you might point out also that that road hasn't been done in the past. And I think new roads and developments, the front of the road always takes a beating because they always start the development at the beginning. So that was a cul-de-sac road that, as each phase went forward, they beat it and beat it and beat it. So even though it has a good base, it is basically a maintenance thing now. The base is still in good shape.
Well, Fairway Lands, I think we paved it about 10 years ago, from my records. So
Overlay.
we milled the gutter lines and overlaid with an 1.5 of wearing surface. So we're due for some maintenance work on it. But I mean, the substrate has been great. We never had any problems with base repair on Fairway Landings. So
Obviously, this would be cheaper now than
it's cheaper now. I mean, if we milled and overlaid this, we're probably looking at probably double to 3 times to mill and resurface it. So it's a maintenance benefit.
Any other questions or suggestions? And I know, one second, I know you'll have in there that the quantities where if the bids come in better, we can extend some things or
Yes,
remove
we will.
some things. By the yard.
That's all.
Somebody,
Mr. Chairman, question.
go ahead.
Just Bill, does that become a slick surface if it's water permanent, water's reflecting off of it, or do you have any issues that way?
pardon me?
Will it have any issues with being a slick surface or where a car may slide off?
No. The aggregate surface itself, once you spray that with that fog seal, the aggregate surface abrades like it normally would with any other bituminous mixture. And that's where you get your skid resistance. Initially, when you put your asphalt cement down, it's coated 100% your aggregate fraction within the matrix of the mix. Once you start running traffic on it, you'll notice that your aggregate starts to be exposed. That's where your skid resistance comes from, is that aggregate fraction itself. Same thing takes place with the chip seal. Initially, it's sprayed, you get 100% coverage at the surface. As traffic rides on it, again, that aggregate will abrade and expose itself to improve skid resistance. Basically, what you're doing is preventing that aggregate from popping off, insisting it, or protecting that aggregate from moisture getting under the aggregate, between the aggregate and the emulsion still during the winter, and picking and popping off. So, and for the small expense that we pay per square yard, we get a big bang for the buck with that.
So seal coat typically used to be used for parking lots and big lots and not so much highways, but I guess we're using super paved now, and Bill pointed out one other time it's kind of not black anymore, it's gray.
And I've always viewed seal coats as a wearing surface. When you put a new pavement down and for the first 4, 5, 6, 7 years, you're out there with your plows, you're on top of it, you're fracturing that aggregate surface with that plow. Now once you put a seal coat down, you've got a wearing surface for that plow to ride on, and you protect the underlying surface from that abrasion and that impact from that plow blade. So it's an inexpensive way of protecting your roads, investing in the capital expenditure that you've already made for that.